Hello my friends, and welcome to my video on my favorite makeup products as a skincare enthusiast. Chances are if you're watching this channel you are aware that I am quite the skincare enthusiast and most of my videos are about that, but in fact, makeup really was my first love, probably because I did used to deal with honestly quite bad acne. My skin has come a long way and my makeup preferences have changed, so it felt like time to make this video. Everything I talk about will be linked in the description box below, along with timestamps by category. Feel free to hop around this video to your heart's content, and without further ado, here's the makeup favorites of a skincare enthusiast with dry, acne-prone, and sensitive skin. We are starting out with the category of makeup brushes, and I've got to say, I picked up some Sephora Pro brushes on a whim, and they have become some of my absolute favorites. Let's start out with the 71 concealer and the 47 foundation brush. These have that so-called cat paw shape that's kind of really picked up in terms of popularity. Both of these are wonderful for a lighter coverage application. You drag the brush downwards on your face and it both blends and deposits your foundation or concealer at the same time, and it just leaves such a perfect finish. These are wonderful to work with. The 50 powder was one of the first I ever picked up. I believe it was Andrea Renee here on YouTube who recommended this for bronzer, and she was so right. This is the perfect bronzer brush, and also you can use it for powder application because it's kind of big. It will give you a quick powder application. Okay, listen, the 79 contour brush is such a multi-purpose brush. This is perfect for applying powder underneath your eyes, contour, and highlighter. I actually bought and returned the 98 highlighter brush. I don't think you need that. I'm telling y'all, this one does it all. And then finally, the 99 blush brush. I love this one. I don't like to overdo my blush application, and what's so great about this shape is that the triangle makes it so you can deposit the blush exactly where you want it, and then the edges help to diffuse that blush placement. As for my favorite sponge, it is the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. Listen, I have acne, and because of that, I need to throw my sponges away more often. A $20 sponge does not inspire me to throw it away quickly enough, but a $6 sponge, I can handle it. You can even pay less in e.l.f. sales. My favorite eye brushes by far are from a cute little indie company by the name of What's Up Beauty. These are made in Japan, they use goat hair, and somehow that makes all the difference. With eye brushes, you want to buy the right size, and I love how many options they have. This is their selection of blending brushes. They're oval shaped. The one that just came on screen is kind of more like the MAC 217 in its shape. These are the pencil shaped brushes. I really love the R107 in the middle. It comes to the perfect point. Such a precise brush. And then here's the selection of shader brushes. By the way, some of these are like 2 years old and some of them are from their brand new collection. And then finally, a precision square-shaped brush. Ugh, these are all so good. I also have a favorite makeup brush cleaner, so I'm gonna include it in this video, the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. I discovered this through Kimberly Clark. And as you see, I buy the giant size. It's so good. You will still need to deep clean your brushes from time to time, but sometimes you just want to spot clean and disinfect, and that's what this does. Let's chat about base products. Some of my favorite products are in here. Okay, so first off, primer. I definitely have a favorite. You've probably seen me talk about it, the Euphoria Pre-Game Protective Primer. With primer, it's optional, especially if you wear sunscreen, but I find if you have a difficult skin type, you still may benefit from it. Since my skin is a bit more sensitive, this really does feel like it adds an extra layer of barrier support, which is why I love it. I buy separate concealer for my face and under eye. My favorite spot concealer is by far the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Concealer. This actually sits in a flattering way over acne, over spots, and it's great for covering any redness. Just a really beautiful concealer that I'm worried they might be discontinuing. Oh, I really hope not. They have my perfect shade too in light neutral olive. Great shade range. Honestly, my favorite under eye concealer is not going to be for everyone because this is very, very light coverage. But I love the Ulta Beauty Youthful Glow Concealer so much. I cannot overdo this one. It gives my under eyes this beautiful glow. It's never cakey, it never creases on me, it's so easy to work with, and it's $10. But again, really light coverage. I am an insomniac, so I still have a favorite full coverage under eye concealer in the Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy. Ultra Creamy only, regular's too hard to control. This one also doesn't crease or look cakey. It's actually very flattering. The one catch is it's so full coverage that, as you see in this video, I'm going to also apply some of this excess to the center of my face. I forget what this technique is called, but it's actually replaced contouring for me. Yeah, you've probably heard me talk about the Revlon Skincaring Foundation. I love this one so much. Just watch the video, it speaks for itself. The one thing I'm mad at is that this didn't exist 10 years ago. Imagine how much money I could have saved not buying high-end foundations and spending $18 instead. This genuinely performs like a high-end foundation. It's so flattering on your skin. This might seem like I have two favorite foundation products, but bear with me, this is different. The Basma Foundation Stick is an unexpected favorite for a specific reason. I have never found as good of a foundation match. Look at this, it looks like I'm not applying anything, and yet it's perfecting my skin. 035, the perfect light olive neutral. However, I do not like this worn at full coverage. This is a light product for me. In fact, I like to use it as I use the Merit Complexion Stick, really just for perfecting my skin. Not to be dramatic, but one powder to rule them all. The Jane Iredale. So many powders have failed me. Charlotte's was orange, Kosa's hard pans, but this is perfection. Now listen, this is made as a powder foundation, but because it's so good, I can actually use it as a setting powder or any purpose that powder might serve. I'm convinced this is the powder for people who struggle with finding the perfect powder. You know, this category of color complexion was actually easy for me. I have very clear favorites here. Bronzer has been a struggle for me, but this Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer is so good. It is a bronzer for people who do not like bronzer. Bronzer can look like I'm trying too hard, maybe because my skin tone is fair, but this one is so buildable. They have an incredible color selection. Clear winner for me. I don't wear highlighter too much anymore because, as my fellow skincare enthusiasts know, sunscreen is very glowy. But when I do, I almost always reach for the MAC Double Gleam. I actually had to look up the full name of this product because it's just Max Double Gleam, right? You all know? Okay, I do not know how Danessa Myricks did this, but she made such a good blush. Somehow, this one is very pigmented going on, and yet you can blend it to whatever level you desire. You want a lot, you want a little, you can make it happen with this, and it gives you this beautiful, glowy, and yet blurred finish. I cannot stop wearing this one because it is just that pretty. Brows, just one. And hey, it's an affordable product, can't be unhappy about that. Let me drop you a word of wisdom here. As somebody who naturally has sparse brows, I deeply regret following the trends of 2016. If you want to not be embarrassed by your past photos, just do what complements your brows. And for me, that's just a simple brow pencil, not overdoing it, not making them stand up straight, just keep it simple. And this Joa under $10 brow pencil works perfectly for that. I have no complaints. And the eyes have it. That is so hard to resist saying. Anyway, this is a very fun category, eyes and lashes. Let's get into it, starting with the Nabla Secret Palette. I spent a lot of time deciding on my favorite palette of all time, and I gotta go with this one in the context of this video, because I said this is the favorites of a skincare enthusiast, and this is just a really flattering eyeshadow palette. It's so easy to work with, and I swear it actually looks better the longer you have it on, which is the opposite of a lot of eyeshadow palettes, so it takes the award as my favorite, at least in this context. For liquid eyeliner, oh my gosh, K-Beauty has such good options. I swear, they are half the price of US high-end, and yet better in terms of quality. This one by Giverny, it gives you so much precision that you can get that perfect flick when doing winged liner, and it's $12.50. An old school trick for making yourself look a little bit more awake, also helpful if you are an insomniac, is lining your waterline with a nude eyeliner. In the end, I went with Rimmel Scandalize because even though I have a lot of others I like here, I do think this has the absolute best staying power, which again makes it even more phenomenal to think this one is also genuinely $5. It's so affordable and yet it's so good. My fellow skincare enthusiasts, if you are sick of scrubbing off mascara, you've got to know about tubing mascaras. This one is by Blink, and it is so easy to remove. No scrubbing required, no oil cleanser, just water takes this off. And yet these newer formulas look just as good as non-tubing mascaras. I love eyeshadow sticks for a 30-second eyeshadow application. I'd still have to say my absolute favorite is Bobbi Brown's long-wearing eyeshadow sticks. They are so easy to work with, and they look so flattering, and they truly last all day. Going forward, I'll probably buy those new dual-ended ones that have a shimmer and a matte, because way to take the guesswork out, that'll simplify things even more. For an even higher impact look, these Black Rouge Powerproof Stick Shadows, oh my gosh, I love these so much. Apparently this is an indie Korean brand. They knock it out of the park with most of their products, and this is just beautiful if you do want to add a bit of glitter. Now I know that's not for everyone, but I do like these. A confession. I am not good at false lashes. They always look wonky on me, with one exception, and that is Kiss Falscara. Now honestly, this was a learning curve. However, now that I've got the hang of it, it's actually as fast as applying mascara, but this can last up to 10 days. My tip is to move your eyeball away from wherever you're currently working. Next up, lips, also known as the category that was hardest to narrow down. I think I really love lipstick. Anyone else? Begrudgingly, and why you see me looking so over it, I've got to give the best lip liner to Charlotte Tilbury's Lip Cheat. It's one of those really hyped brands, and I've been let down by a lot of their products, but I have to admit this is truly one of my most reached for lip liners. Pillow Talk is my perfect match. It makes it so I can slightly overline, and it lasts all day. These Merit Signature lips, these are described as the benefits of a lip balm in a lipstick, and it really is that for me. This shade right here, L'Avenue, is so pretty. It reminds me a lot of Clinique's Black Honey, except it's actually that much more comfortable. It's genuinely hydrating. Fess up, how many of you knew the Cali Ray No Burn Plumping Lip Gloss was going to make this list? See, I don't like the painful lip plumpers, but I do like the kind that have peptides in them. What I don't understand is, I seem to be alone in this. I love these, but they've actually narrowed the selection. These Alma Matte lipsticks, they are so highly pigmented, and yet they're so comfortable. How can a matte be comfortable? I don't know how they do it. And they're in beautiful packaging with magnetic closure. They feel so luxe. This is Whitney. They also do have more subtle color options. We are on our final category, facial mists. Now remember, there are two different kinds, and so I chose a favorite in each category. For a setting mist to blend together your blush, highlighter, contour, of course the Beekman 1802 Milkshake. This one is so good. It is so glowy though. It's probably a dry-skinned dream and an oily-skinned nightmare. And I can't believe I'm adding this, but the One Size setting spray is such a good finishing spray. Yes, it absolutely feels like spraying your face with hairspray. But look, that's what we used in the 90s at cheer camp for a reason, and apparently Patrick Starr bottled it up for us today. And my friends, that's it. Those are my makeup favorites. Now, this video was about a month in the making, a month of gigantic messes of me trying to decide on the one favorite in each category, so I thought I would just make as our closing screen here some of the runners-up. These are all really good products too, but for one reason or another, I excluded them from today's video. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. It's definitely a little different, but I hope it was fun. Feel free to leave comments in the comment section below. Share your absolute favorite makeup products. Thank you as always for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next time.